And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, triple-digit declines for the Dow Jones. That is for the second day in a row now, something we haven't seen in quite a while.
Haley, you're exactly right. Say it ain't so, but it is so. But at the same time, much like yesterday, the low of the day was dramatically lower than the finish. We had an 80-point better finish today than we did at the low. Yesterday was 100 points better. So we're selling off in the middle of the day and buying at the end of the day. Let us remember one thing. The month of January is now in the books, and it is a positive month. So we now have had 3 consecutive months, November, December, and January, in which the market was higher. So I don't think we have too many complaints about that. Let's take a look at the last day of January. There you see we were down by 107 points, down 186 at the low, closing at 19,864.09, that on volume of 609 million shares. The NASDAQ barely did anything, down by 1.21% at 5,614.79. That on volume of 1,537,000,000 shares. And the S&P, very much like the NASDAQ, didn't do much, down less than 0.1%, just 2 points at 2,278.87. Well, I expect you're familiar with a company by the name of Under Armour. They make a lot of athletic wear and athletic shoes, and they've been the darling of Wall Street for a very long time, but they certainly were not the darling today. The company fell by a dramatic 23% in one day after coming out with a series of announcements. Their earnings came in well ahead of expectations. Their forecast for earnings came in lower than expected, and their CFO, their chief financial officer, resigned, citing personal reasons. Well, usually when someone resigns for personal reasons and the earnings report is not very good, somebody's got to be the fall guy, and it looks like in this case it was the CFO. But for a 23% drop in one day, that is stunning. It really is.
Well, let's talk about Apple. You have some news on them as well.
And that's stunning on the upside. The announcement was made at 4:30 this afternoon after the market closed, so we haven't seen any results yet as far as how the stock is going to react, but their top line revenues and their bottom line earnings were both ahead of Wall Street consensus. Very good news for lots of people on the Suncoast who own shares of Apple.
Yep. And a lot of people who've been buying their new phones,
right.
too.
Exactly right.
Yep. All right, Richard. Thanks so much for the update.
You're welcome.